Let's go back to when you started in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Was it a tough decision for you to go pro after 1 year at Madison?
It was. I had a lot of fun being in Madison. Obviously, I was from there. It was my first year kind of back home for a while, so it was a tough decision to leave, but looking back, it was a great decision.
Yeah, it worked out. Was there a reason? Was there pressure one way or another from them? Did it help that it was Milwaukee as opposed to any other city?
Yeah.
Maybe going out to Hamilton or even further east?
Exactly. I think it helped a lot being that it was Milwaukee. It was so close to home. 45-hour drive down there, so you can't beat that. And I think that definitely made the decision easy.
You joined a team that had just come off a championship.
Yep.
What was that like to come into that locker room with a winning attitude?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, the guys welcomed me in. A lot of them had played together before. It was just a good mix of guys. They had some veteran guys, Herkus and Brad Tiley. So remember those guys, and then a bunch of young guys too that I played with in Nashville for quite a while.
It's funny you mentioned Herkus. I mean, it's kind of 6 degrees of separation here. I mean, you're kind of linking new guys to
Yep.
Tony Herkus. I mean, Tony is a guy. I don't know if people obviously in Milwaukee remember how great a player he
Yep.
was. But what was it like to go in? It was his last full season as a pro.
Yeah, well, he made it really easy on young players. I can't say enough about him. I still have a relationship with Tony now, and just great people. Him and his wife and their daughters. You just can't say enough about them.
Lockout's been a big buzzword recently, but that was a year the NHL lost its whole season. So
Yep.
what was the league like that year? There was a lot of young, really good, and even older good talent in the league.
Yeah, there was a lot of good players. A lot of players that obviously could have been in the NHL, but were in the AHL that year, and it was a lot of good competition. And I just remember, every game, you'd be playing against guys that could have been in the NHL.
What was the prep like? I mean, going from playing a couple of games a weekend to playing every single night.
Yeah, well, that was the biggest adjustment for me, having so much free time. Pro hockey, as you know, you come to the rink in the morning, you work hard, and you're out of there at lunch, and you have the rest of the day to either get in trouble or get ready for the next game. And that was a big adjustment for me because I was used to college where you'd have to, every hour was pretty much planned out for you.
The guys you played for there and with, but I want to ask you your impressions on a couple of them. First, the coach, Claude.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of respect for him. He's a great coach. It was a lot of fun to play for him. He really treated the guys well. He knew when to push you, and he knew when to kind of back off. And I thought he did a really good job balancing that, and it's good to see him in the NHL.
How about Dan Hamius?
Yeah, I have a very close relationship with Dan. I roomed with him in Nashville for a while. He's just a really nice guy, a classy guy, and that was my first chance that I got to meet him.
And a couple others I want to touch on. First, Darren Hadar.
Yep, Darren. It was amazing how he could go out there every night and make a difference. Just a little guy, but a big guy, big heart. He worked his butt off. Just a lot of fun to be with him. I mean, all those guys, you can't say enough about them.
You may have touched on this a little bit before, but what was the mood like night in and night out? Did you guys think that, okay, we won a championship the year before, we're going to win it again?
I don't know if we thought we were going to win it. I thought, we had a lot of confidence in the room where, guys would relay some of the stuff that happened the year before. Whether we'd lose a couple in a row, they could say, hey guys, remember last year we came back and did this. So there was a lot of good memories, I think, from those guys, and I was able to to be there to hear a lot of those good stories.
And it was a disappointing finish that season for
Yep.
that team, though.
It was. Never forget the last game there. I think we were up and they came back and just tied it up, a couple weak goals, but that's why you play the games.
All in all, when you look back at your time in Milwaukee, what stands out to you?
I think just the relationships you build. It's not the NHL, so you're on the bus together and you're commercial flying, and just you stay the night in the city, and the relationships you make with guys is is so much different than the NHL.
You know what? That's an interesting thing. I don't think we've touched on it with anybody we've talked to. The travel and the how close you have to be.
Yeah.
Is it completely different?
It is. You know, in the NHL, you charter, you get on the team plane, you jump on the
You can
bus,
isolate
and you're
yourself
home.
there?
Yeah, you're kind of doing your own thing. Obviously, guys are older now. Being up here, a lot of guys have families, so you don't really spend that much time with each other. But I think it's a big difference.